but let's do some styling for the user admin, and that's where is it? User admin, there it is. We can do some styling here and style perhaps the table. Let's see what it looks like right now. If we go back to the user admin here, we see that it looks pretty abysmal. So we can style and load the Bootstrap library. So let's load that. We did that on the login, so I'm just going to copy this. And let's load that right here. And we might have a CSS for this one page, which I don't have. So I'm just going to load style.css. And here I might have I might style tables to be here table. So let's see what that looks like. OK, that looks a little better. Maybe it's a little bit too big. There we go. We might remove this border to have the default behavior of the styles. We might add some div around here so we can have a container. Fluid. Oops. Doesn't sound very good. Plus, we would add maybe across all these input fields and add them as form elements. So this would be class form control. And there they are, and we'll apply it to all of these. Same thing for the admin and to the buttons, right? So we have a class button primary. And perhaps I would use different colors for different uses, right? So for instance, delete, I might make it danger, so that it renders as red and things like that. Okay. So the next thing that we would typically do is that we would like to add maybe fonts, right? That we would like to render here. So let's do that. So typically what we would do is that we would use libraries such as Font Awesome, right? That would allow us to add different icons based on the different look and feels that we would like to add. Right. So it's again same thing as we did for the Bootstrap. We could use a CDN to go and fetch all the CSS instead of downloading it ourselves, and we would load it just as a link ref, just like we did for Bootstrap. Okay. So Font Awesome allows you to add different fonts. If you visit Font Awesome, you can peruse through their library of icons. They have just tons and tons of open source icons that you can use for your web page. Most of them are free, right? But they also have a paid version that gives you some pro icons, which I haven't yet found use for them, but certainly you might. And so once you have them, you can start using these icons to perhaps replace some of these buttons with icons, right? So for instance, you might use you might say an OK button. You might want to use perhaps a check mark or something like this. If you click on it, it gives you an example on how to use it. Here, you can copy it. You can copy it, right, and then use it as part of your content. Right. So for instance, this would render the content. Right. You can scale it. You can give it FA 2x maybe. I forget. Yeah. You can scale it, you can rotate it, you can animate it so that it spins. There's just quite a bit of really cool things that you can use in Font Awesome. So I strongly encourage you to go through their documentation. I have go through my presentation shows how to scale it, how to spin things and animate them so that they look as they're it's busy. Rotate things at 90 degrees, 45 degrees. Or allow you to stack elements one on top of another, so you can put more complex, like a circle, a plus sign on top of a circle, so you can create all sorts of really nice font configurations.